Really?
All right.
You can hear me all right though?
Yeah, that's good. I've lost you now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about now?
No, that's clear.
Now?
Yeah. Yeah, when you're close to the microphone, I can hear you. And then when you move back, I can't hear anything.
What about now?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It. Oh,
Are you using your headphones to hear me?
yeah, I've got you there. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Did you get so you've had a little look at the script and so forth?
Yeah. Bit of an intro. Obviously, a lot of questions.
Yeah, just remember we've got half an hour.
Yeah.
And then the next one will be going to be slightly different because I don't think it's an opportunity for us to get any business from. I just think it's an opportunity to, yeah, getting off for us the content, so forth. Also, next might be.
So when you do that, like you're cutting in and out just then. Try it without the headphones on.
What about now?
Yeah. Go back and talk. Like if you lean back and talk.
Hang on. Oh no. Now?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. I might even put these. I can connect it through. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's good. No, I've lost you again.
So,
Yeah.
that's all right though?
Yeah.
Cool.
How do you pronounce this guy's name?
I'm going to try and go for it. It's Hormuz, I think.
What a day.
Hey?
What a day.
How so?
It's fucking hectic.
Was it?
Yeah. And then obviously got paid today. And then they said their accountant called me saying you have to set up a company. Then, Jay, the conversation you were having with me the other day.
Yeah.
So he goes like, you need to set up as a company.
Talk after.
Hi,
Thomas, how
Charlie.
are you?
Good, good.
Hello,
Yourself?
Thomas.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mario. How are
Hello,
you
how are
doing?
you?
Good, good. All well,
Um,
all well.
Thomas, appreciate you jumping on.
Oh, no, thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry for this afternoon. I had 3 meetings. I was free all morning, and then suddenly afternoon, I had all conflicting meetings.
That's
So
okay.
one of those bad days, but sorry about that. But thank you for accommodating me.
No stress. Well, welcome to the first episode of Is Success Simple? You're the first guest, so I'm excited to have a chat with you.
Sure.
The show is going to be about us diving into the journey, challenges, and wins of the people building remarkable things. So
Yep.
each episode, we're going to explore real stories behind the success and obviously ask the big question, is success simple? So I know a little bit about, based off the research I've done, you're a founder of Verified Chain, which is a secure, decentralized digital verification platform built on Hyperledger and is transitioning to W3C. How about that?
Correct. Yep. You've done your research well. I can't complain. I give you 100 on 100.
Well, I guess we'll talk about the future credentials, trust, and identity, and
Yeah.
I'm curious and keen to know what it really takes to build in such a complex space. Because it's interesting. I have a friend that's done something similar, but in America. So yeah, it's very interesting. I'm keen to discuss further. But before we get into it, I guess for the non-techies out there in our audience, how do you explain Verified Chain in simple terms?
Very good question. My wife says I can't explain at all. So yeah, but I was discussing this with somebody yesterday, and basically for the layperson, it is your data, your identity is split up into a number of different bits sitting in across the space. That's how I would now describe it after talking to my friend yesterday. Basically, so if you get hacked, God forbid, you don't lose anything. You might lose a little bit, but they won't be able to accrue to say Charlie is equal to Bailey, so it's one person. And that's how I think I'm going to start explaining Verified Chain to people now, to say, because decentralized is very hard for people to understand. Because first of all, centralized is equally hard for the layperson. I actually gave a pitch to somebody, and there were 4 people on the panel there. I didn't get any money, of course, at the end of the day, because nobody bloody understood what I spoke about. And I didn't expect them to not understand, because only one person who was a Google executive, ex-Google executive, he understood what I said.
Yeah.
But everybody else.
Yeah, of course. And I think we'll explore that later on, because I think that's a common thread across a lot of SaaS businesses when they're trying to explain what their product and what their service does and what problem it solves. But I know, like I said, I know speaking to a few people and doing the research of how essential actually products and services like Verified Chain is.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about your background before Verified Chain, because how did you end up solidifying and choosing Verified Chain and tackling the problem?
So it came out of basically Brexit and the first Trump administration. Just thinking about that. Brexit, they said there was interference. For the first Trump administration, there were allegations of Russian interference. Who knows truth from fake? So I just thought to myself, how do you protect somebody from getting hold of your data? And that's how Verified Chain came along. Now, so So basically, and of course, it doesn't solve the truth and fake that is happening even today. And it's worse today than what it was 5 years back with AI and deep
Yeah.
fakes and all that other stuff there. But yeah, that's how verified chain came of being, if I could say
Right.
that, because we were thinking, how do you get hold of somebody and you've been able to just, it's like you're talking on the phone and you say, or you're just done one browse and say, I want to go to Europe, and next minute you've got 30,000 ads coming up on your thing. Yeah, go here,
Yeah.
go there, trains here, flights here, things that way. This is what we're trying to minimize into saying you don't want all that rubbish landing up in your inbox. That's how it came. Not that all my things are going to solve that problem. So that's a separate issue.
Yeah. And to follow on with that, Hormuz, what do you think is one of the major problems with the centralized system?
You can take Qantas or take Optus or take Medibank for that matter. Maybe just one little window being opened, and somebody could come and wipe out 5.6 million accounts in Qantas.
Yes.
May not wiped it out. They didn't wipe out anything. They could have wiped it out, but they probably just stole all our details, email addresses. And that's a problem with centralized, because I'm sure they have data backups, but there's no way to say, if I hit the system, I'm going to, the backup is going to, the backup will come back. There's not an issue of that. But if somebody goes and takes all the data, like, for example, my credit card, my phone numbers, whatever it may be, it's gone. Like some years back when Latitude got hit, I became an unwary victim of it, because my card was used to buy a computer from JB Hi-Fi. JB Hi-Fi uses Latitude in the back end to do their financials.
Yes.
So when Latitude got hacked, my driver's license got hacked because the computer was expensive, and so they asked me to show ID to say that I was the right person. And in that, I showed my driver's license, and so I had to get a new driver's license.
Yeah, because it happened with Optus as well, didn't it? Not too long ago.
Yes, it happened with Optus also. Yes. So Optus, Medibank, Latitude is one. Then we had Qantas recently. So those are all centralized databases.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And so then, your typical client is it small to medium, large organizations? What
Anybody.
Okay.
Anybody. So if you, for example, are going to employ 2 more people, for example, say you're expanding, you're growing, your customer base is now, you can't, y'all two, Mario and you can't manage it, for example, then you're going to employ, you would like to know who that person is. So after you selected, you'd want to go through the process of identifying and say, yep, that guy is right. He can work in Australia, blah, blah, etc. He's a citizen, whatever it may be, and he's got his right to work and do that. So that's where you could use me, or for that matter, Qantas could use me if they want to do the identification. So anybody, it doesn't matter. And that's where the problem lies, is where the users could be anybody, any segment, anything. Anybody who wants to employ, anybody who wants to verify, anybody who wants to, I don't know, check something.
Okay.
So if you use my app, at the moment we don't have it, but technically if you use my app, you should be able to then go straight and say, okay, that's me. You can do a check-in at the gates.
Okay.
Now India has implemented something similar to that, not through my app, but they've got an Aadhaar card which basically does facial recognition and you walk through the gates. You don't even need to stop. You walk up, it looks at you. Yep, you signed in. They know you got a boarding pass for this flight. The gates open. You can go into because not anybody can go into the airport in India because of security. So only legit travelers can go in. So you can't have your friend coming along and saying bye to you at the airport. Here we are very lucky we can do that. But in India, because of security, they stop you at the airport and they check you, including us as foreign nationals, and when we go through. So that's an application that could be used, for example.
Got you. Okay, so with that though, does that then create problems in terms of how to get your service out there to, because when it's such a big audience, I can imagine that trying to settle on which audience needs it most and which is saying yes to your service can be a challenge.
Correct. We found that as the biggest challenge. Plus the fact that nobody likes to use the word blockchain. The moment I say blockchain, okay, thank you, Tata, see you later, sort of a thing. So that's something that we need to get away from, and that's on our roadmap. So yeah.
Got you. And why do you think that is? Why do you think people have this stigma to blockchain?
I don't know, but my personal opinion, and I could be damn well wrong about this, is that you have these crypto exchanges that get hit.
Yeah.
And people lose their cryptos, and then once you lose your cryptos, you can't get them back. But the crypto exchanges are not running on blockchain.
No. Where are they? Where are they running?
Just run on a normal centralized database. The crypto is the non-centralized currency, but
that's the
this
problem,
is where that's the problem. So the exchanges get hit, and everybody says, "Oh shit, that guy lost $1 million. This fellow lost more. So how do I trust blockchain?" I think that is.
Got you.
And the other side of it is, I think personally, Hyperledger, that is the Linux Foundation, have not really done a lot of work on it. Where I think the EU and the W3C model has done more for securing one's ID.
Is that why you're transitioning to W3C?
If I get the money or somebody is willing to partner with me, yes, absolutely. That's number one step for us.
Okay. And what would that mean? What would that mean for verified chain once you
same thing? It will be the same process. It'll just be we'll be actually more compatible with GDPR than where we are today.
Got you. Interesting. And so then at the moment, Hormuz, when you're speaking to clients at the moment, is there a challenge to educate them around because it's one of those things, it's like and it's not the same, but it's like insurance, is that you only need insurance when you're in that position, if that makes sense, when you had an accident and I think when it comes to like cybersecurity or anything that is about protecting someone's information and identity, there is this stigma I feel out there that a lot of people feel it's not essential. And therefore there's that I'll be fine. But the rise of people getting hacked and businesses getting hacked more so is becoming quite unprecedented.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why we are trying to promote it. And I think when you look at the Australian Digital ID Act and the New Zealand Digital ID Act, they're all talking about moving to a W3C model.
Got you. Okay.
So there's no mention of Hyperledger, no mention of blockchain. Now they are all W3C is like a blockchain, but it's not the platform behind it is different. The architecture is different. And it's a bit more open system. Blockchain, what we use is a very closed system.
I see. How long did it take you to build it?
Oh, building didn't take time.
Oh, really?
Building took probably all of 6 to 8 months. We fine-tuned it along the way, but building doesn't take time.
Okay, interesting.
Of course, we couldn't build it in Australia because we had no expertise here in Australia. We had to go overseas to get it built. And unfortunately, we lost tax dollars in that because we couldn't get any R&D benefits out of it. So yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. And so then with where you're at now, what does the 6 months, what does the next 6 months look like for Verified Chain? What are you trying to achieve?
Hard work every day. Plug in, talk to people, talk to government officials, get some accreditation done. That costs a lot of money too. Yes, and then hopefully get a company that we can partner with so that we can um, we can um, we can then pivot out of this thing and be a more how would I say, more modern organization. Get rid of the blockchain word from our dictionary.
I see. So
Yeah,
are
that's the
you
key.
okay? So it sounds like you're in that phase of trying to transition out of the initial stage to then be able to start scaling. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sorry?
You're trying to transition through that phase of the initial stage to then change and then scale because you're using the right backend and so.
That's correct. Yes, absolutely. So what we've done is we've built another system
Okay.
in parallel to the blockchain,
All right.
which we, if say your organization, just an example, say your organization wants to work on it, for example, becomes a customer, we will then use your thing and transition to
Okay.
W3C so that
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
it's you. So we just have to tell the customer, say for yourself, say, okay, we got it now. We'll do this in a month's time or 2 months' time. It's not hard to do it. We have
Yep.
done the whole scoping exercise. It's a question of dollars to do it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So, and then once we have that, so everything that we have today on Verify Chain in the Hyperledger will then be moved to the W3C model.
Okay. So, and that for any client that comes on in that phase, it will be a smooth transition for them.
Yeah, absolutely. They would have
Fantastic.
it would be ubiquitous. It also gives us a better opportunity to manage our systems and backend better.
Okay.
With the Hyperledger is hypersensitive.
Yeah, of course.
The
It's
blockchain is
fascinating.
hypersensitive. Yeah, it's
It's
hypersensitive.
it's a fascinating space, and it really
Yeah,
like it's like one of those once you start pulling on a thread and you end up down a rabbit hole and going, God, there's so much to learn and so forth. So
yeah.
with that, if a client was looking at verified chain and wanting to use that solution that you're offering, what would you say to what would you say to them to entice them to utilize what you've built?
I would basically say, if you sign up with me and they're large enough, I'll give you 9 months access to this without making it exclusive to you.
Okay. Okay. So that's one of the offers that you're offering.
Yeah. So if somebody comes up to me and says, I will do this, I'll pay you X amount of dollars. And if we think it's worth it, yeah, we'll say, yeah, let's make an exclusive deal so that we don't go out, because we've got other functionality sitting behind that. We've got national crime checks sitting behind, which we can do. We can also do other countries' identification.
Yeah.
So for example, let's say somebody tomorrow comes up and says, I want to do French ID, which we don't have at the moment, for example, say, we can say, okay, we'll do the French for you. We'll develop it specially for you. And we'll give you full access for whatever time. If they're a large company, we'll say, okay, you can have exclusive. We're not going to market it to anybody. We're not going to tell anybody that we have this. So it's yours.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's your thing. So that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
It's a long way from there.
Yeah.
That's what I said. When you say how 6 months look for you, bloody hard.
Yes. No, I appreciate that. And so then at the moment, how are you generating? Are you going to market? Are you trying to get people interested in what you're doing, or is that oh, you are? Okay.
Playing on multiple facets. One is customers. We're talking to a couple of customers.
Okay.
It's just taking longer than what it should take. One of them is a top 500 company. So there's a lot more process involved and a lot more bureaucracy involved in that, but that's all right. And another company is someone that I've worked with in the past, so I've approached them, but he's overseas. So that's another stall thing. He's gone on not on vacation, he's on a business thing, and it's just taking forever to do it. So yeah, so we're talking to a couple of people, and the other side we're talking to investors, if possible. If somebody wants to invest some money, then we can do some of these things.
Okay, great. So yeah, I guess if a business saw this podcast and thought, I'm keen to have a chat with Hormuz and understand more to see if I can utilize it in my business. Is that something that you'd be open to talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, more than happy to work with anyone. So we have pitched at a few places. Even this afternoon, I've gone for a pitch thing.
Okay.
But I think they ran out of time, so they're going to do it again later because a couple of guys took a little extra than what they should have. But anyway, give V for verified chain, V for Vazifdar. We are right down the food chain there. You know. So.
Do you know, it's interesting that I find that you're definitely not the only one that feels that pain of trying to go to market and especially as a founder, because it's trying to generate new business while still working on the back end, still working on other things, and you wear so many different multifaceted hats.
Yes, absolutely.
And what we find as well is that a lot of business owners, especially in the SaaS space, cybersecurity, will rely on their own network. And as we all know, there's certain risks that come with that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Very true.
Yeah,
very
so
true.
it's a fascinating time, and it's something that I think with AI on the AI in terms of that tsunami that's been incoming for a while. I think cybersecurity is becoming needed more than ever, because of how efficient and intelligent the hackers are getting.
Oh yeah,
I mean?
extremely
and it's hard to keep up with that.
Very hard. And even someone like me could fall prey to it.
Right.
You know. Yeah, I mean, if you're working with somebody and you get an email from looking a very legitimate email.
Yeah.
And then you look at the email address and you say, "Oh my God, they nearly got me."
Right. So then, what would you say to the everyday person like myself, Mario, business owners? What would you like? Is there any tips, any things that help us to try and not be the victim of such a crime?
I would basically say, like when I gave a pitch once, sometime back, somebody asked me what it is. I said it's reputational damage. Imagine the reputation that you have in the market, and you can look at a couple of big companies now. You see Qantas, as it is, a reputation was shot to bits with all their problems that they did during COVID, and then over and above that, you lose 5.4, 5.6 million records. And not a proper sorry in any way or form. That's one side. So you look at, and the cost of rebuilding that brand up, or rebuilding just the database, forget the brand is way away from there. First you build up all your systems of security to do that, and the other side of it is it's absolutely shocking. You know, when Toll got hacked a few years back, they had to go to a manual paper-based system.
Right.
Because they got hacked 3 times in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have things like that. So you can get into a lot of trouble, and then you have all your reputation. And how do you carry on your business on a day-to-day basis? So yeah.
Yeah. It's there's oh, there you go. There's one of my cats. I feel there's so much more to unpack and explore, and I'm aware of the hard 7:30 that you need to jump off in another meeting. So
I've got another one coming up, so that's why.
Yes,
Somebody else is going. Yeah.
That's fine. But what I did want to ask you before we leave is obviously that the question that this whole podcast is about is that is success simple in your eyes?
Success is hard, and
Okay.
yeah, it might change like that tomorrow. You get one good customer, one thing where you can really leverage off properly. But at this point of time, if I had to look at my success, I think, or our success, I've got a partner in this business too. He's a co-director. I would say it's hard work. But I guess they say if you don't put in the hours, you don't get that thing. So we are trying to put in our best foot forward, and every day trying to make that little incremental difference that might one day just be a whole lot more. So yeah,
for sure. And that's awesome. Like, I love the work that you are doing, and I think there's the road to the success that you're on is, I think it's needed. What the service that you offer is needed, and I think the way that the tech is evolving, it's becoming more essential for businesses and everyday people to protect what they care so much about. So yeah, I really appreciate.
And before I go, I know we got other 4 minutes, but just to tell you, it's not only the business side of it, but you can imagine the problems that when an individual gets hacked.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you an example of myself. Last year, I got hacked, not electronically hacked, paper hacked. Somebody stole my letters from my accountant's letterbox.
Wow.
Okay, it had all my papers, and I don't have a lot of share portfolio, but I have a little bit of money in shares, my wife and I. And this guy managed to steal that letter from the letterbox. He called up one of the companies and got all the shares transferred to his name. And he even changed the bank account for it.
No way.
Luckily, ComSec, I have to praise those guys. They sent me an alert email that got my antennas up. So I then went and investigated it. And just to cut the story short, I was supposed to give a presentation in Amsterdam, which I did not prepare for. I prepared it on the plane while I was going there. Because I was so devoted with this stupid thing. But it took me 14 months to verify, to get my account back, and to get paid my dividends and everything. 14 months.
Wow. Yeah.
And you know why one of them said? The guys told me, "Oh, we couldn't verify your ID by paper." I said, "So how difficult was it for you to contact me?" Nobody bothered to contact me. So I said, "If you have my app, you could bloody do it quickly. You could do it overnight. You don't even need a manual or somebody to look at it and say, yeah, that's Hormuz, that's my wife. Okay, do it."
Yeah.
We could have done it like that. So yeah, so that's where things are. So you can imagine the trauma individuals suffer when they lose their stuff. I didn't lose anything. We didn't lose anything. But still to get it back was a pain in the ass. Sorry for that. I know it's a podcast later, but anyway.
No, and I guess it's a brilliant way to wrap it up, because you're right, and it's something that we all need to consider and think about. So, Hormuz, it's an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate your time. And
one more thing before I go.
Go for it.
If you meet people that are interested in this thing, please refer them to us. Say that you told us, so that when we know whom to thank if things work out well. So,
of course. And where would I guess, for the people that are listening out there, where would they find you? How can someone find? Is it just Google, or?
They can find us on Google. They can find us on LinkedIn. We are quite heavy in LinkedIn. I don't do Facebook as much, but once in a while I will post something on Facebook, which is more of a consumer interest rather than a business interest. Like this is a B2B app, so I do more LinkedIn. But yeah, I don't do any other forums. But I was actually talking to a marketing guy today to see how he could help us push it a little further along the road.
Interesting. Well, Hormuz, what I'd love to do is what you've just mentioned is something that we help businesses with in terms of their outreach and so forth. Let's connect over the next couple of days when we both have some time, and let's see how we can continue this conversation. But
absolutely,
I really appreciate your time and
enjoy your evening.
Thank
you, Mario.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good evenings. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
You too. Bye.
Maz, what do you reckon? First one down.
He was a good boy.
Oh, mate, unbelievable. It's fascinating though, isn't it, in terms of like the nuances and the different aspects that we don't think about as individuals because it's not at the forefront of our mind until it happens.
Well, especially in that space, I've got no idea about cybersecurity, so it's like having something like that simplify things is brilliant.
Yeah. And I guess to wrap it up for all the listeners out there, I hope you've enjoyed the conversation, and make sure you follow, press subscribe. There's going to be more episodes coming out, different industries, different businesses, and yeah, as you can see from this short one, there's a lot of value to unpack. So appreciate your time. My name's Charlie, it's Mario, and see you on the next episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, love it.